I'm gonna help you master your finances in 3 simple steps. That's savings, that's investing, and that's having an emergency fund. So whether you're just starting your financial journey or you're looking to optimize your money management skills, this is the video for you. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Check back to see how far along we've come. Hopefully we make it. I will make it. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, savings. Let's start with saving. Saving is a foundation to any financial plan. It's like having a foundation to a house, right? And that means when we saving, we stack in bread, we're stacking cash. So when you get paid, whatever money you have coming in, you're going to put a portion of that to the side. And the reason we save is to have money on the side for if you want to buy technology, if you want to go on holidays, any short-term expenses, that is what we save for, right? Your saving account shouldn't be money that you're going to splash on a weekend. It shouldn't be money that you're going to be taking from to spend on girls, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Your savings pot is your pot where you save, right? And experts usually recommend that you have 3 to 6 months in a savings account, but we starting from the beginning. So between the accounts that I'm going to be discussing, we're going to optimize it in a way that you're splitting your money across them. So you're not just saving for one thing, but we're moving our money and having our money work for us at the same time. You feel me? So some tips for saving. So you want to set clear savings goals. So what are you saving for? And you need to have that goal in mind. So is it a holiday? Is it the new PS5? Or is it a new game? Is it, I don't know, anything? You just have to have a goal in mind that you're saving towards, right? Then you want to create a budget, right? So you're going to say, how much are you going to be saving every single month? So whether that's £50, £100, 150, you decide. The number is for you to decide, right? But you have to create that budget and you have to stick to it and stack that cash every single month. Otherwise, you're not going to see it grow. And finally, you want to automate it, right? So you want to go to your bank. You can do it in app. And you basically want to have that money transferred into your savings account every single month without you having to do it by yourself. And by automating this, it means that you're not going to be thinking about it. So the money's just going to automatically go on the first of the month or the 31st, 30th, whatever the case is. You can do it for the end of the month or the start of the new month. Automate it so you don't think about it. And of course, because most banks don't be paying a lot of money in interest, try and find a high yield savings account. There's many that you can look for. At the moment, I use NatWest. They provide, I think, 6%, which is not too bad. So the way I save, I deposit £150 into my NatWest bank every single month. That way, I'm seeing it compound and I'm seeing my interest grow over time as well. So next we have investing, right? So investing, I invest every single month. And the thing with investing is now where our money is working for us, right? So the way to look at investing is each dollar, each pound, each yen, each euro, whatever you're using, whatever your base currency is, that money is now working for you in the stock market. And by investing in the stock market or other asset vehicles, your money is working for you and your money is growing at a faster rate than inflation. The easiest thing I would say when it comes to investing is you begin with ETFs because the fees are much lower in ETFs compared to index funds. The difference between an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, and an index fund is one can be traded on the stock market and the other can't. And one, you basically have a fund manager that manages that index fund and they can pick and choose and take stocks in and out. And yeah, ETFs are much simpler to hold, lower cost basis, and yeah, you can trade them on the stock market. That's the main difference. And finally, emergency funds, right? I saw a video recently that somebody said you should not be saving or you should not be investing in the stock market unless you have 6 months in an emergency fund. I'm thinking, brother, like, why would you save up for 6 months and not invest? Like, you're missing out on growth within the stock market over that time. So you see here the stock price is right here. If you miss this, 6 months later the stock price is here. Why would you want to miss out on that growth? Do what works for you is what I would say. But at the same time, you can put a portion to save every single month, a portion to invest every single month, and a portion in an emergency fund every single month. That's the way I would do it. That's how I set up my my portfolio, my finances, because it just makes sense for me, especially in the long run. I don't want to miss out on the gains in the stock market, so I invest every single month. But at the same time, I want to have that buffer. I want to have that emergency fund, and I'm also saving. I'm saving for holidays. I'm saving for other things. So I make sure I put some money into that pot as well. And it's very simple, guys. You don't need to do one thing, build it up, jump to the next thing, build it up. You can do them all at the same time. So if you had £100 or £150 every single month, divide that by the 3. So £50 in savings, £50 investing, £50 in an emergency fund. It's that simple. We don't need to complicate saving. We don't need to complicate investing. And we don't need to complicate having an emergency fund. And definitely don't listen to them, man, that tell you to just have an emergency fund, build it up for 6 months, and then you can start saving. Because what if you really needed that emergency fund, right? So you've built it up for 6 months, and now boom, you lost your job, or boom, there's actually an emergency. That means you're not going to be able to save anything. You're not going to be able to invest anything. You're just going to be stuck on this money, and that you're going to be using it. So be smart with your finances. Deploy or deposit, how much you want into each pot every single month, and just do what works for you. And as a bonus for making it this far, let me show you how to optimize everything. So for your bank, you want to have a pot for saving for holidays, a pot for saving for a house, a pot for miscellaneous things, a pot for whatever. Create different pots for your savings, right? And then you can decide how much you want to put into each of them pots every single month. When it comes to investing, you want to have a solid portfolio. So I would recommend the core and satellite strategy. That means that you need to have 2 ETFs, which are exchange traded funds, and then you can pick 2 technology stocks, or you can pick some REITs, which is real estate investment trusts, or you can pick some healthcare stocks. It's up to you to decide. So for example, you can have the S&P 500, and you can have the FTSE All World, and then you can have Apple and Microsoft as your 2 satellite companies. Or you can have Eli Lilly, you can have Realty Income, you can have Digital Realty Trust. There's so many different stocks that you can choose from, right? And then your emergency fund is your emergency fund. Just keep that, because that's your buffer. That's like a safety net. That's what, if anything goes mad, if anything goes wrong, that's what's going to always, be a buffer to keep you afloat, if anything. And you want to deploy, it's up to you, but you can deploy 150 every single month. That's what I do. That's what NatWest allows. But you can decide how much you want to put into that pot. For investing, I would say a minimum of 250 to 500 pounds every single month going into that account, right? Because you want to build your portfolio, you want it to compound, and you want to see it grow over time. And then savings, make sure you're saving, again, whatever you can afford, but again, 100 upwards is what you want to start allocating to those pots, right? If you're just a newbie, a complete beginner, deposit £100 between all of them. So 100, 100, 100. So that's £300 a month going between 3 different accounts. And trust me, do the math. You're gonna see everything compound in a couple years. And when you start seeing that money grow, you're gonna feel different. Trust me. But that's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.